Hello friends, the article which we are analyzing today is published on Hindu, July 20th. The title of the article is Make the Right Call on Malabar Going Cod. It is written by Abhijit Singh and the author is Head of Maritime Policy Initiative at Observer Research Foundation in New Delhi and a retired naval officer. So here this article is written in the context of Malabar exercise which happens at Bay of Bengal. Now there is a proposal to invite Australia also to join this Malabar naval exercise, which basically happened between India, US, and Japan. Now, what is the what going to be the implication of Australia joining this Malabar exercises? This article analyzes that thing in the context of Indo-China relationship. So here we see that this proposal to invite Australia to join Malabar naval exercise, this exercise was this proposal was welcomed by some quarter, and people are saying that this was a long overdue move. Australia should have been invited earlier also, and this will be the first time since 2007 that all member of Quad consists of US, Japan, India, Australia. These four countries constitute a Quad. This will happen after since 2007 that all member of Quad will participate in a joint military drill. Earlier, this was confined to only three countries, namely US, Japan, and India. Now, Australia also joining for joint military drill. So this has a this event this if Australia join this military drill, this has a significance, symbolic significance, because it will be a sign of India setting its traditional defensiveness in maritime domain with respect to China and heading towards forming a military alliance with US, Japan, Australia to counter Chinese move in the Indian Ocean. So here we see that what is the symbolic significance of Australia joining the Malabar naval exercise, because this will be the first time that all four countries of the Quad will be participating in joint military drill, and this will give a message that India is now formally making an alliance with other three countries, US, Japan, and Australia, to contain militarily Chinese move in the Indian Ocean. So this has got the military and strategic significance also. So we see that naturally China will not like this thing, and China reacted harshly to this thing also, because China considered this formation of Quad or quadrilateral as a equivalent to Asian NATO that seek to contain China's rise. If you know the history of NATO, which was basically a military alliance made in the Cold War situation to basically contain USSR. So similarly, what China is considering this quadrilateral military alliance as a equivalent to Asian NATO, which is basically here to contain China's rise. And if we see that recently that military standoff, and what happened at Galwan Valley with related to LAC, and in that respect there is a negotiation going on for a truce at border at LAC in eastern Ladakh. So the timing is crucial here. This is the time where India is inviting Australia for naval exercise, and India is also currently engaging in negotiation for a truce at eastern Ladakh. So we have to see that how India balanced these two contradictory requirements. So if this particular time when India is currently engaging uh, negotiation with China related to LAC, if India invite Australia at the same time, this will not give a right message to or signal to China. And China may retaliate also, for which we cannot predict. So the timing is not appropriate as per the author. So that is the first part. We have seen that inviting Australia for Malabar exercise is mostly welcomed in Indian quarter, and it is also somehow a sign that India is now coming into alliance with USA to contain China, and naturally China is not taking lightly to this thing. China is going to react for this move, and India has to consider this thing. And the timing also we have to see that India at this particular juncture is engaging it with China a negotiation related to LOC. So author here analyzes what is the pros and cons for India to join this military alliance Quad or inviting Australia for exercise. So here we see what is the role of US and other member of the Quad. So if we see USA and China, their basically goal was in the Pacific region or in South China region, because US and their Pacific partner consider threat of Chinese naval force, threat of China's navy more in Pacific and in South China Sea compared to Indian Ocean. So author says that USA and Japan, they consider that threat of Chinese navy is more in Pacific and South China Sea compared to in Indian Ocean, and their principal motivation is to form a maritime coalition to maintain rule-based order in the Indo-Pacific littoral. So what USA and their Pacific partner, particularly Japan, they are mostly interested that a rule-based order is made in the Indo-Pacific littoral for sea lane of communication. That means the Chinese hegemony or Chinese attempt to grab territory should be countered, and it should be globally accepted rule-based order should be there, where China should not be allowed to browbeat other smaller neighbor and capture territory. So that is their main motivation, and this area of concern is Pacific and South China Sea. And in that scenario where the USA and Japan concern is Pacific and India's concern is Indian Ocean region, so we see that there are two different regions here, Pacific, and for India it is IOR. So USA and Japan are mostly concerned with Pacific region, and for that region to contain China, they want to have an alliance with India, but their area of concern will be Pacific and India's area of concern will be Indian Ocean region. So if India join this Quad or US led military alliance, then India will be dragged towards a Pacific, which is not of India's much concern. India's concern is mostly lies in Indian Ocean region. So that is what the article says, that if military alliance is made, that military alliance will be used to draw India into the security dynamics of Asia Pacific. So here we have to understand that India's area of concern is particularly Indian Ocean region. USA and Japan's area of concern is Pacific more. It's comparatively we are talking here. And if India join this Quad alliance, if India formally join into this alliance, then India will be unnecessarily drawn towards Pacific dynamics. So that is the one chance author is talking about here. And similarly, if India is in that military alliance of Quad, then US would expect its Indo-Pacific partner, including India, to assist the US Navy in its South China Sea endeavor. So same thing. The logical conclusion is that if India is a party to some military alliance directed against China, then definitely US will expect that partner India should help him for its adventure in South China Sea. So that is the cons we are seeing here. What are the future trajectory if India join militarily in making an alliance to contain China? And here we see that what are the priorities of India with respect to China, and what is our area of concern. So our area of concern is Indian Ocean region, and India's priority with respect to China is to get strategic capability which is useful to counter Chinese naval presence in the Indian Ocean. So India's concern or priority is to have a strategic capability within itself so that it can counter Chinese threat in the Indian Ocean region. So the area of theater is Indian Ocean region, and requirement is to have a matching capability with China. And US defense company, if we see that for that region India need to either indigenously develop that capacity, or in the short term it can procure those capacity from other Western country or Russia or from USA. And similarly for air surveillance, India has procured many platform, but our weakness lies mostly in anti-submarine warfare side, and in that respect US defense companies are hesitant to part with their proprietary technology, particularly on anti-submarine warfare side. So India's concern is that we should have a strategic ability to match or to deal with China, and for that our lagging area is ASW side, anti-submarine warfare side, and in that US defense companies are not willing to part with, to share their proprietary technology with India. So if technology is not available, how can India match up to the capability of Chinese Navy? That is the question. And if that main issue is not solved without attendant benefit of strategic technology transfer, Indian Navy will not be in a position to challenge Chinese in the Indian Ocean region. So we need to have a technology, we need to have a capability, strategic capability to challenge China in Indian Ocean region, and that technology US companies are hesitant to share with us. Then how can India challenge the Chinese adventure in Indian Ocean region? That is the question. Now again its author talks about the priority, because US and Japan, their energy focus is in Pacific, and they have very little spare capacity for sustained operation in Indian Ocean region, because US and China, their focus is on Pacific and South China Sea. They will not be able to deploy resources, naval resources at Indian Ocean region theater in a sustained way, because they are looking elsewhere. But Australia is in that region, and Australia and India are ready to partner with each other to secure Eastern Indian Ocean region. So compared to USA and Japan, Australia will be a more useful partner for India, particularly in Indian Ocean region, to challenge the threat of China. So that is the thing here we are seeing. So let me again brief you that here the difference is in priority and the region. USA and Japan are looking in Pacific side to contain China. India is mostly concerned in Indian Ocean region to contain China. To deal with China strategically, India needs technology. That technology, Western country, USA, their companies are not willing to part with. They are not willing to share with India. So in that case, India has to rely on itself to deal with China. That is the one message we see here. So in this scenario, what are the options India has? What author is saying that no matter if India is making alliance or not, Chinese threat to Indian Navy in IOR region, Indian Ocean region, is going to come. Presently, it is not fully manifested, but in future, it is going to happen. And coalition with India is making a coalition with other country, this card and other thing, will not deter Chinese Navy in that to move in that direction. So it is a eventuality that Chinese will come into the Indian Ocean region. At present, they are not they are not challenging India openly, but in future it will happen. So this is the time India has, because China is not challenging India in Indian Ocean region, but in future there is a very good probability that China will enter into the Indian Ocean region. So in this particular period of time, when China is not challenging Indian superiority in Indian Ocean region, it is India's onus is on Indian Navy to make a first move. So here we have to see that now it is up to Indian Navy to make a first move. But at present, China is not challenging Indian Navy in Indian Ocean region. But in future, China will definitely enter into the Indian Ocean region. So if Indian Navy make a first move, then it has to deal with China, maybe in the Himalayan region. So this poses a difficult choice for India. So for that reason, author suggests that India should acquire required combat and deterrence capability, because there is no denying to this fact that until unless you are strong, you cannot deal with China. So it is a very good article, and it basically talks about the difficult choice India has to make with respect to inviting Australia into the Malabar exercises, keeping our negotiation with China going on, and how China is going to react to this exercise, and how India should acquire the capacity either in-house or through foreign means, the capacity or capability which will deter Chinese to aggressively deal with India. So finally we see that until unless we have that capability, we cannot deal with China. So this concludes the analysis of the my article, today's article. I hope this will help you to improve your understanding. Thank you.